Good morning, everyone. I am joined by the original three Uninterrupted Retreat to Spark Creativity participants, my dear friends, Trish, Laura, and Carolyn, who came from Minneapolis, Moorhead, and North Carolina to join me in March. And I just have two quick questions for the three of you as my brave first timers. What was your big takeaway from the weekend, or why did it matter to you?
First of all, the reason that I was excited about it is because of you, Dana. I know your energy, your creativity, and I know that you would hold us accountable for not only to have fun, but to have periods of quiet where we could really think.
Mm.
So that for me, because everybody's busy, we all have these amazing ideas, but we're not making time. And I love that you made it about not only, and I love the picture of me taking a little nap with my eye pillow, crocheting, sewing, actually doing hard work. So that for me was amazing.
Full disclosure, I am a recovering perfectionist. So when you were talking about it, I was like, well, there's not really a project I'm working on. Could I still go? And you're like, yes. And I'm like, well, I'm not going anyways because I'm not creative, which is bullshit.
Right?
Use my French, but I decided, okay, I'm saying yes. And not only did I say yes, but I brought my hula hoop because that was one of the creative things that I thought that I would be able to pick right back up and hadn't. And I thought, well, this would be a way to spark creativity. So, and you know, the delight in the retreat really was about, for me, was about permission.
Mm.
And the permission that I gave myself, the permission to be messy, the permission to do great things, the permission to not judge, and the permission to really accept the fact that I am creative without judgment, which was huge.
There's always these things in the back of my mind that I think, oh, I want to do that someday. And it's just hard to make time for it in the everyday routine. And writing a book was one of those things that I've wanted to do for a long time. And my husband's like, you need to just start writing that. I'm like, yeah, I'll get to it. And then when Dana announced this retreat, I was like, I have to go. This is it, where it's a time that I'm available. It's with Dana, and I know that she'll do an amazing job hosting. Um, and so I just need to do this for myself and taking that time, just a few days to kind of set everything else aside and be able to focus on something that is just something that I want to do and to be able to be creative and not really have a lot of expectation around how much I'm going to get done or what that means, was really great to be able to do for myself.
What would you say to somebody who's kind of on the fence?
I really just said, I deserve to explore this.
Mm.
I don't know what's going to happen. I'm over here working on this thing. I'm going to take my little crochet flowers, and to Trisha's point, what are these other people going to think of me? And, what am I doing? And it was so non-judgmental. And Dana, you did such a good job at, checking in with people and making sure that the conversation was healthy and and that you were challenging us. It wasn't just we were fooling around. It's like, all right, now it's time for you to do something. And it was, for me, I would just say, just do it. You deserve this moment. It's not a gigantic commitment, and you will be so happy that you did it.
Mm.
So I have three things not in order.
Okay.
The first thing is the the very quick bonding that happened between the four of us.
Mhm.
So we exchange numbers, et cetera, but you know how life goes. But I love that Dana has said, well, how about we do a Zoom call? So now this is the third time we've actually gotten together since we did this in March. So it's very cool to have a group of women that now you've had this experience with, and you could just reach out and just, I'm stuck. those kinds of things. So that's number one. Number two is the food. So
Yes.
I will tell you that when it said it was vegetarian, I was like, oh God, no. It was so cool to experience all these different foods, and it was delicious. And to have someone cook for you like homemade meals, it was just that made the experience something different that I didn't expect. Number one is I was thinking, I'm working on my intuition and my creativity, and that's come up in the past couple of years, yet I haven't done anything about it other than just talk about it. I was like, what if my phone broke? I'd go buy a new one. And I mean, we're not talking I would wait 6 months. I would do it immediately because you have to talk on the phone or text. So I was like, all right, if I would do that and I want to explore this, then I need to do this now because I'm going to say no again. And then I'm going to kick the can down the road for another 6 months, year, whatever. And I'm not doing it. So it's part of a self-care that often we feel like, oh, that's kind of indulgent.
Mhm.
It's not. It's
Mm.
self-care because then you can care for others better because you're in a better space. So
We can dismiss creativity as something that is just a nice to have. Creativity is actually vitally important to your ability to show up and be as present for everybody else as you want to be, even if you don't consider yourself creative. It's just inherent to who we are as human beings. And creative might be hula hooping. It's not about, well, if you're not Rembrandt, you're not creative.
So I would ask the question, if not now, when?
Mhm.
That's always, work will always be there. All the other responsibilities, laundry, all of the things that that you have to do all the time, they'll still be there when you get back. And if you are feeling drawn to this now, really ask yourself why and what is that excuse that is holding you back?
Mm.
Because there's a reason that you're thinking about it. Um, so allow yourself to say yes.
Thank you for your time then, for your time today. Thank you for the friendships that we have as a group and individually. I just adore you all and so appreciate you. So, everybody else, if you have questions, you know how to get to me. Dana at danadelval.com. I'd love to talk to you about it. We'll talk soon.